Hello fellow rail fans, welcome back to another train guide video. Train Guides is a series where I provide useful operating techniques and information on certain trains in Train Sim World and Train Sim World 2. In this video, I will be teaching all of you how to properly operate an LIRR M3. I will leave a timestamp in the description for when I start with the tutorial. The first category will be general info. The M3 is an electric multiple unit built by the Budd Company for the Metro-North Railroad and Long Island Railroad in 1984. When the MTA took control over the LIRR in 1965, they wanted to bring the system to a good state of repair. One of the first things they did was put in a large order for the EMU rail cars to replace the aging MP54s. This order was for the M1. In 1982, the MTA placed the M3 order. These rail cars were very similar to the M1s. The M3s had updated mechanical systems. Before the M1s were retired, LIRR usually ran M1s and M3s in the same consist. The M3s and M3As both continue to run strongly on the LIRR and Metro-North, though not for long, as their replacement, the M9s, are slowly entering service. We are now in the cab of the M3. I'm going to be showing you guys how to realistically operate this train. We are going to bring this train into New York Penn Station, all the way from West Side Yard. Let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is get out the cab. We're going to walk to the back of the train and turn on the tail lights, which is called the marker lights. So I'm going to go over a few things while we are walking to the back. The operator, which is the driver of the train, they do not control the doors on these units. There are usually conductors around the 4th and 5th cars and throughout the train that control the doors on these units. What I like to do is I like to use the doors myself because Dovetail doesn't allow a general just conductor mode. So that's the closest we can get to it. We're going to walk into the last car, the last cab. I'm going to turn the marker lights on, which is right here. That will turn on the tail lights in the back of the unit. We're now going to look. And as you can see, the tail lights are now on. Let me shut the door. We're going to walk back to the front of the train. We're now going to go back into the front cab. I'm going to turn around, turn on the ATC breaker and the signaling system breaker that will turn on the ATC and the alerter. For more information on the ATC and the alerter, please refer to my M7 tutorial video. It's called the M7 train guide. So we're going to sit down, put the master key into the on position. Going to move the reverser into the forward position and move the throttle into max brake. We're then going to charge the brakes by pressing L1 on a PS4 controller, LB on the Xbox controller. I do not know what the thing is for PC. So next, we're going to turn on the headlights. I like to put them on dim. Also going to turn on the cab lights, and there's also another light switch over here that will turn off the passenger interior lights, so we're going to keep those on. I like to turn down the ADU. So let's go over some of the things on this train. You have your wipers here. Put it up to 100%. The wipers are wipers. They'll do their job. You have the door controls over here. Now let me show you guys how to work the door controls. You're going to want to put the door key in. And in order to open the doors, you're going to want to turn it to the left, which will turn the key to the right. But you will move the joystick to the left. Then you're going to want to press rearward doors. Now if you were in the fifth car, if you're trying to play like a conductor, you will press both of these, unlock frontward and rearward, and that will unlock the doors in the front of the train and the back of the train, but only on this side. So you can hear the doors opening, and you can see these doors are now open. If I press lock rearward doors, it's going to lock those doors. You can do the same for that side, same exact thing. Now if you turn the key the other way, as you can see here, it says doors in calm. So you're able to control the doors and give the passengers live announcements. And this is for when the train is in motion. The conductors will put it in the comms position so they can still talk to the passengers. We're going to take the door control switch out since we are traveling basically with a conductor. So going to move it into 0 braking power, and we're going to get the train moving. So when you get up to about 2 to 3 miles per hour, you're going to want to perform a brake check. That's just putting the brakes into notch 1 braking, making sure they are working properly. LIRR mandates you, they force operators to perform a brake check at around 2 to 3 miles per hour and another one at around 30 miles per hour. We are now going to bring this train into Penn Station, following signals, of course. Now with the M3 units, I'm going to show you guys how the throttle controller works. Let's move down to a lower position. Let's say you put the throttle, that was the alerter. Let's say you put the throttle all the way into notch 3 or 4. If you put it back to 1, it's still going to have the power that it would have if it was in notch 4 throttle. I do not know the name for this. However, this is a real feature on the M3s. In order to apply a lower amount of throttle force, you will have to put the throttle back into the 0 position, notch 0, and then put it back into either series shunt or notch 1, however you like to say it. You have acknowledged the ATC as we were partially over speeding 1 mile per hour. Now there are some bugs with the M3 in the game. One of them is when you open the window, you're unable to really hear the horn, as when you have the window closed, you're able to hear the horn. Dovetail is never going to fix that. We already know that, but pretty annoying bug. However, these M3s pretty iconic. As I've said earlier in the tech specs and info section of this video, these have been in service since 1984, 1985, and they are going to continue to run in service on the LIRR and Metro North until the M9s are fully placed into service. So we are approaching the end of the platform. We're going to apply a small amount of braking because we want to stop before the signal. And we're going to stop right here. Now, for the M3s, I suggest putting your braking power into about notch 8 or notch 10 if you want to open the doors. Okay, let's get the outside view. This is the train to Belmont Park. The next stop is Woodside, 61st Street. Stand clear to closing doors, please. That is the M3 train guide. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and check out some of the other videos I have on this channel. Until next time, catch you guys. See ya.